Okay guys, so DaVinci Resolve 20 is out. In this video, I will talk about some of the badass features that DaVinci Resolve just killed it. And I didn't even dive deep into some of them. So I'm going to be briefly talking about those. The most important, the most coolest ones I'm going to mention to you. So let's dive in with the first one. So this one's going to be the audio section, and I uploaded this project YouTube video, and as you can see, I did not touch the EQ. There's nothing that has been done to this mixer, right? So I have tons of different files, different audio files. So it is a project that has been done, but if you have multiple files, this is what you can do now. You just simply can go to the timeline, go to your AI tools. With the audio assistant, you just simply click on audio assistant. It tells you which one you want to mix all the audio for. Is it going to be for Netflix or is it going to be for YouTube? So I'm going to do it for YouTube because obviously I need YouTube videos mainly now. And I click audio mixing. So we have about 30 minutes of this project. It is going through all the audio channels. It'll classify all those channels. And if you go to actual Fairlight page, it will show you which one is the sound effect, which one is the music, which one is the dialogue. So it is doing it literally in real time, super fast. Previously, you have to spend hours on a project to make sure everything is done properly. And sometimes even you forget some of the things that needs to be done. So I'll speed it up, but I'll put the time exactly how long it took for it to go through all this. Okay, now as you can see, it's all done. So when you do go to actual Fairlight page, you can see how it all categorized everything, made any adjustment that needs to be made, and you can see how it breaks everything by colors, music, dialogue. Obviously I had multiple cameras, so it puts them in a separate track. Keep in mind, if you're not an audio engineer, don't worry, because of these tools, it's going to be so much easier to transition yourself from any other NLE to this one, DaVinci Resolve. Hands down, one of the best ones, and it gets better. Let's go to the next one. And for the next one, I'm going to be dropping down a music track. As we all know, the most annoying, time-consuming tasks that you can possibly do when you're video editing is to mix an actual music. First of all, finding the right music, but then to actually extend it or shorten it, to exactly know where to cut it. What I usually used to do, create a music track. Let me actually show it to you kind of on the side right here. I will have a music track, then I would hold Option or Alt and duplicate the same song, make a little fade right here in the beginning of the other file, and do it again and again until I actually fill out the whole extension of the video clip to make sure I have the same exact music on the background and it has smooth transition if I want it done quickly and dirty. Now with this is where it gets absolutely crazy. When you click on the audio track, and let's just say, I'm gonna zoom out, let's just say that this right here clip that we want to extend, this track is about, I think, 2 minutes long. We want to extend this track and fill exactly length of the video. All we have to do now is just click on the music track. Then we click over here, AI music editor, live trim. And as you can see, there's a little icon shows up, 3 little lines with the bracket. Grab the edge of it and extend it. And it's gonna live extend it. It's gonna think it through, analyze the music track, and will make exactly precise cuts where it needs to be made to extend it so it would be seamless extension. And as you can see, within seconds, this track is extended, and you can tell exactly where it extended by these wiggly little lines where it made the cut. So let's actually hear it, how it sounds. Oh my gosh, this is insane. I cannot tell you where exactly there's a cut. That's how awesome it is. So if you don't like this version, maybe you want it to be completely different, there's options. Like this live cut that I just made, it gave me actually 3 different options. So if you want to hear a different version with just one slice, and let's actually hear this part. have options. If you need more outro part, or you need more intro part, you can use that and then make fine-tune adjustments of the beginning and the end yourself. This is absolutely time saver, and I'm going to be using this feature so much. Let's get to the next one. There's times when you actually have a track and you don't need to be extending it. It's a perfect length. And now you want to actually cut the video to the beat of the music. Previous times when I would be editing videos, slapping the music track onto the timeline, and it's just a perfect length for my highlight video that I'm trying to make. Then I will import all my B-roll or my A-roll, whatever I need to do for that highlight video, find exactly the beats of that track. I will just simply listen to the track and I would click M as a marker. So every time I hear the beat, I would just click M, 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 and then I'll create markers. And only then with magnetic timelines, I would actually cut everything and move all the highlight clips of video clips to the beat of that track, because you cannot see where exactly the beats are. You can hear it, and then I would like slide the video clips to actually match exactly the cuts or transitions onto where the music beat hits. Now, all you have to do is, let me lower this volume so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I right click and then show music beats. It analyzes that track and it creates exactly where those beats are. And now it created these little lines. Now, if you use the video clip that you want to make that transition on, or maybe cut into another scene on exactly the beat of the music, drag this and it just snaps on if you obviously have the snapping tool selected. If you don't wish to see all these beats, you just simply click show music beats and just shut it off and it's done. It's not there anymore. How cool is that? So the next one is audio profile, copying and pasting. If you have multiple different clips and you have an audio file from one of the talking headshots and it is completely different from all the rest of them, and it is the perfect one, and you want the rest of them be as close as possible, sounding and levels as that main one that you want it to be referenced, you just simply select that particular clip, actually audio, then you go to the clip on top, AI tools, create a dialogue matcher, capture dialogue profile. And what it does, it learns that profile of that particular clip that you want to apply for all the rest of the audio files that you have. Now, when it save it, you then go to another clip. Let's just say it is this one right here. I'm gonna enable it.
Car wash.
And it sounds really weird.
Oh, the car is
because it's in camera audio. Click on that clip, go to the top, clip, AI tools, dialogue matcher, apply dialogue profile. So the ones that we actually studied, the first one. And now it applied the dialogue profile.
car is going through the car wash.
And it is better, much better for the sound, the intonation, the higher quality. Now, if you are using this feature in the Fairlight, it's even more powerful. So I still have to dabble with all these new features and get to know them even better. But this is a very cool feature that a lot of folks are going to be using it, especially if you are running, gunning, and you don't have exactly the levels, or mics maybe a little bit away from the talent where it used to be. With this feature, it's going to fix it all. The most anticipated new update for DaVinci Resolve 20, and at least for me, that's number one, hands down, and it is to train your voice. So as we all know, there's plenty of softwares outside of this NLE. For example, the script can be trained on your voice. You provide it with a specific audio file of you talking, then that software studies this profile, learns it. The more you provide it, the better it's going to be. Then you can apply that change to any other voice, and you can change that voice to what your voice was trained on. So to show you this, upload, let's say, your audio and make sure it is very, very clear. Right click on the audio file that you have in your media pool, then go to your AI tools, and then you have this new section of DaVinci Resolve AI voice training. When you click on it, it obviously warns you, hey, you must get a consent of the person who's like trying to change the voice or use that voice. If you accept it, it starts training that model. Select better to make sure it is done the right way, the best quality possible. Or you can just do it faster. If you're really in a pinch and you just need to get it done, you can just select faster, train that voice. If you need to do some kind of voiceovers, and let's say you have a project and you're like, oh crap, I forgot like one section that I need to absolutely make a statement. You can overlay a B-roll and then train the voice. If you're doing the voiceover, train that voice and then re-record, and it will apply that exact perfectly sounded voiceover of you saying something. Honestly, it's like magic. I will not do it here. What I will do is I'm going to show you some of the samples that they already have. They have about 4 different models that you can actually use to change the voice. Let's just change my voice right now in this video.
You literally cannot hear them. All you hear is just the crowd when I'm turned away from them.
Okay, so let's go to my voice. We're going to select the voice. We're going to select clip. We use the AI, then voice converter. So convert the voice. Now what we're going to do, let's just do, I don't know, let's do female number 2. Then you can change the pitch and totally follows the pitch, intonation, and volume variation of the source of the audio. So if somebody has a different intonation, it will be matching to the T, except probably the accents. I don't know if you have an accent, that's going to be a little bit tricky, but let's just render it. Within seconds and analyze it. Let's hear it.
Choir.
You literally cannot hear them. All you hear is just a crowd when I'm turned away from them.
Okay, let's just change that crowd voice. Let's select that audio for that voice. Go to clip, audio tool, voice convert. Let's try a male voice. Let's do male number 1. Pitch, I don't know, just like add a little bit. Render. It's probably going to take a little bit longer because it's a bigger clip. Or maybe not. You see the power of this tool, how crazy it is and how in the future we are right now. And with this kind of technology already built into NLE, your NLE, you don't have to do anything else. So sorry, Descript, I think you got to push the pedal to the metal with all your new features, because this is going to just catch up and be much better. So let's go to the next feature. In the previous versions of DaVinci Resolve, you can do smooth cut, and what it is pretty much like a morphing from between the actual 2 clips, 2 cuts. So let's just say I have a clip where I'm talking. I'm going to just cut it. Then I go to the next area where I'm looking away, where I was cut, and let's just chop it. So it is a very obvious hard cut. Go to your effects. I usually have it as my favorite, smooth cut. You add this smooth cut to that transition, and as you can see how weird it is right now. Previously, you will not be able to do anything besides just having like a better, but you did not have this little check mark, which is huge. So if you don't have this check mark, let's see what it looks like. It looks weird. It doesn't look realistic. So you can definitely tell there's a cut and this weird morphing transition. Now, if you do select speed warp, this is what it changed to.
Now, Mike, you're gonna see the footage.
So it's much better. But now if you shorten it,
Now, Mike, you're gonna see the footage up. Now, Mike.
And if it's not working exactly, just shift the actual cut just a little bit to the left or to the right. It seems like there's no cut at all.
Now, Mike, you're gonna see the footage.
So let's see it one more time, with and without that check mark.
Now, Mike, you're gonna see the footage.
And without.
Now, Mike, you're gonna.
You definitely see that weird morphing look. Now, negative part about this speed warp, it doesn't do really well with hands. So if you're waving your hands in front of the camera and make a cut, and the other section that you don't have no hands waving, it's going to be obviously noticeable that it's not good. If you don't have anything too drastically different between the shots, it does wonders. So what a absolutely game changer feature for DaVinci Resolve. It is small, not a lot of people talk about it, but it is absolutely one of the best features that I'm going to be abusing it every single time I'm making the videos. In the previous version of DaVinci Resolve, everybody's talking about how AI can improve the shots by just simply enhancing it. So in this case, let's just say I'm gonna select the video clip. All the way on the bottom where your inspector is, where you select your video, there's AI super scale mode. And what it does, if you click it and you have, let's say, low quality footage, it enhances, makes it better. So previously it used to be just 2 times enhancer, 3 times, and that's it. Now you have a 3-time enhancer and 4-time enhancer, which is going to be giving you insanely high quality super scaling of that particular clip. But I think it's a great feature if you have low quality videos to improve them. This is a must have. So another new feature that everybody's raving about in DaVinci Resolve 20, a new color warper interface and some detailed features of selecting the color and making a shift. Previously, the color warper was this kind of like a cobweb, and you would select the color, then you would shift it around to make changes, but it usually break apart the image, and it was just difficult to play around with it and find exactly what you need to do with this. If you're not advanced colorist, this is going to be super, super difficult for you. But with the new color warper, everything is so much simplified. You don't have to be absolutely professional to change colors and manipulate your image. Okay, whenever you use this Chroma warp, you just select which color you want to change, and you can either plow through the colors and affect everything, or you can actually be very specific on what colors to affect and not to touch. So there's few options. You're probably going to be using this color warper. One of them is definitely going to be destructive for all the colors that are going to be in the way if you're moving that little needle, and I will show you what it does. The other one is absolutely precisely change the colors and a range of the colors you want to change to without affecting anything that is in the way. So what I mean by that, let's just select the first one that does a lot of damage to everything. And let's say I want to change this green, and I want to change it to, I don't know, like more like autumn. Let's make it just a little bit smaller, the range that I selected. And let's move this point to more of the red maybe. And as you can see, that green changes everything, and it goes through some of the skin tones and it damages that skin tones. And we don't want that. So what we can do is go back, select the other option. Let's select the trees, and then definitely make a smaller selection. So we will affect only green. And then when I'm making a shift, as you can see, my skin tones are still fine. It's not getting damaged, even if I go a little bit too crazy. And you can see it's a little bit too much that I select. Let's make it just a little bit more fine print. Okay, so let's say I want it to be more green, and as you can see, it avoids my skin. Even though I'm going through the skin tones, I'm still changing everything. Let's actually just increase just a tiny bit. So as you can see, it selects all that green and changes all the things that I need to be changed. But also you can fine-tune every single thing to make sure you select exactly the colors that you want to change. Now, the new color warper, the Chroma warp, is going to be a next tool that I'm going to be just mastering, because that's going to change a lot of things for the color page. So now Magic Mask. It used to be just a Magic Mask. Everybody's raving about it. Now Magic Mask 2 is just absolutely next level. The precise selection that you can do. Let's just say I have my face and I want to just select skin tones. Previously, what you had to do is you had to like doodle a line to select a specific area, what you need to be affected by any kind of changes that you make in your color page. With this one, you select the better. It's obviously AI Magic Mask 2. If you need to change to the other object mask, you can totally do that, and it will go back to what it used to be. But we're going to go to the new updated AI Magic Mask 2, select to add point. Now you only have to do just a little dot. You put a dot exactly what you need to select. It analyzes it and it selects exactly the parameters or the subject that you want to be affecting with your color grade, which I always advise choose better. And let's say I want to change my skin tones. It's already doing an insanely good job of selecting just my skin. It even leaves off the hair. which I want to select everything myself. And how freaking cool is that? Look how precise this magic mask is. And look how smooth the edges and how precise every single hair. Obviously, if you want to do faster, some kind of object with, I don't know, triangle shape or circle, there's no detail on the actual edges. But if you go better, I mean, it's absolutely insane how good this magic mask is. And also when you use the tracking is, I feel like it's faster and more precise and better. So there's not a lot of loose like arms and ligaments or fingers or hair is not selected or lost. You have to retrack it all over again. No, this is next level. It's improved, it's better, and it will always going to be improving from now on. So this is the worst you're going to see this magic mask. So it's just crazy. So this is like one of the most important updates that I've personally found interesting. There are tons of other ones and a few honorable mentions that I want to just run through really quickly because this video is going to be way too long. And those are, let's say you are editing something and you made a couple of key points, and let's do a keyframe. You improve something, you zoomed in, zoomed out. So now if you want to check out the keyframes, you simply go up top, keyframes, and you can check them out, manipulate them. You can make any kind of changes that you want. You can adjust them, warp them, however you want to do it. Easy in is out here, and you visually see how it's all done and how it affects the actual footage. And just to see the values, this is how cool it is. It is such a great improvement. I'm very thankful that DaVinci actually add this to the arsenal. So previously I had issues where I export the project and all of a sudden come to find out that some of the edges were cropped and were not fully in frame. Now you don't have this kind of issue. So if you have the DaVinci Resolve 20, you just go here, view background, and change it to red alert or alert red. You will not be able to miss this because let's say you're making some kind of adjustments, you definitely can tell where is the cutoff with this alert red. I absolutely love it, and it's going to just stay like this for all my project. Another really great feature is the voiceover that is already done here. If you want to record really quick voiceover, and especially if you have a setup that has some of the microphones connected to your computer or podcast mics and you utilize it all the time, now you are able to select the recording voiceover. You can also, I've seen some of the other YouTubers were showing, you can have even transcript of what you're trying to say right on screen, and you can read off whatever you need to say, record, and utilize with the microphone, with the audio dialogue that is going to be baked in, or separate channel. I mean, there's so much modifications that you can do before you actually press record of voiceover. That is just, it's another addition that is just so welcomed. Another feature that is super cool is I'm going to go ahead and duplicate a timeline. And let's say we're working in a vertical resolution. So when you select that, it fills up the side of your screen just so you can take advantage of the full real estate. You can obviously switch it back and forth. So like if you don't wish to see this one, you can switch it back to see more of a timeline. But with this setup, you definitely can see exactly what you're doing, what you're cutting, use whatever you need to do, like AI smart reframing if you need so. So DaVinci Resolve team created such intuitive, great improvements to this whole NLE that puts this NLE now way ahead all the other NLEs. Even my beloved Final Cut Pro, there are some improvements, but Apple is so way behind on improving the Final Cut Pro. Obviously, it is for them one-time payment. They're not making tons of money on it. Same thing with the Blackmagic. They do not make money on these things. As you know, somebody said like, oh, they're going to be charging for the upgrade.
It's free to download. The paid version of DaVinci Resolve Studio is also free. We'll probably eventually charge some kind of upgrade for this, but for the moment, we're still doing the DaVinci Resolve Studio upgrade free.
But I honestly feel like it's totally worth the upgrade, the one-time payment upgrade. If there's going to be tools that are just saving us tons of time, it's so much better than you're right now paying a membership fee for, Premiere Pro. I sound like a Premiere Pro and Adobe hater, but which I'm not, but I'm all for the efficiency, not greed. So Blackmagic and DaVinci Resolve team, they definitely care about creatives like us, and they do a tremendous job with all the new neural engines and AI technology coming out. They're investing their time, they're investing the money, the resources to improve this particular NLE, and we are super thankful for that. They're making money on hardware, but some of the hardware, if you want to purchase it, you can get a free studio version if you purchase, like, let's say, a color panel, which I use all the time when I'm coloring. I hope this video was helpful, and I just wanted to share some of the things that I absolutely love about this new update. There are a few bugs that I'm going to be talking about in the next videos. So if you'd like this kind of videos, please don't hesitate to hit the like button, slap subscribe button, and sucker punch that bell so you can get notified for all the upcoming videos that come to this channel. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Stay awesome, my friend, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.